Hello, folks. Get this out of the way. I'll be putting it away shortly. In the evenings, I like it toasty in this room, so that's, Thursday, the 11th of April. Cheers. Now, right away, the comments got me going because someone mentioned Dave Greenslade's Pentateuch LP. I have it. I can't find it. That perplexes me. It's a thick spine. It's obvious. It's not in my Greenslade section, so I thought, well, made a section of box sets and fat spines in the other room, so I went to look for it there. Don't see it. I know I didn't sell it. It's perplexing when this happens. I have it somewhere. Did. Oh. Someone commented, I can't take Beyonce doing country music no more than I could listen to Ice-T doing an opera album. No. Well, yeah, I don't have to listen to it. They can do it, though, okay? If Ice-T wants to do opera, cool. Okay? That's not what I'm saying. I don't need to hear it, okay? Don't get me wrong, people, okay? Don't get me wrong. Okay, so what's up? Well, yesterday I got word that my copy of my award for this year of OAAs came in, so I went and picked it up. And it's much more impressive live. When I saw the picture of it, the art piece, I thought, oh, what is that? But now that I see it and I see how it was done, because I understand glasswork, that's pretty nice. REF, Outstanding Punk Rock Band 2023. This is our third win. Every time we win, this is my sixth win. I've won in different categories, so that's my sixth. It's my picture on my Facebook page today. I'm proud of it. I sure am. But yeah, it's our third win and 6 overall. I've won in several categories. 6 wins. It's nice. Cheers, people. So, not much else to say here in the comments here. Someone was asking me about the Ramones. I've talked about that before, but again, I make so many videos, I can't expect people to see. Besides seeing the Ramones, I've told the story of meeting all the Ramones except for Tommy Ramone, the original drummer. And Johnny Ramone actually being kind to me the next time I saw him, because it was well documented, or supposedly he was racist. I know he was a Republican. He was nice to me. And the second time that I saw them, after meeting them the first time and hanging out with them, I hung out with them for a while, I didn't just meet them. I got to spend some time with them. He acknowledged me from the stage. That was way cool. It was very, very cool. So, yesterday was a work day, house and music, and just getting geared up. Getting geared up for I have 2 shows coming up, one with Chemicals and one solo. I was going to have the guys from Chemicals do my solo show, but coordinating practices is not working well. Those guys are busy, and I'm gathering that they're really not that interested. So I just said, let's do the Chemicals. I'll do the DHX with Aaron Gum on visuals. I'll do it alone. I really don't need you guys. I wanted you to play, but I can do it solo. Okay. I think it'll be short today. So picked up a couple more records yesterday because Simon Joyner let me know that something I special ordered came in. As I've said before, Omaha is very conservative, and so records like this, when they come up, they don't automatically get them in. I have to order them, which kind of sucks. Xmal Deutschland's singer, Anja Huwe, I think that's how you say her name, new solo album. I think this is her first solo album, Codes. Just came out. Xmal Deutschland. I like them a lot. Are they... Quickly, can I grab some Xmal? Yes. German band that came to my attention because of being on the 4AD label. You know, those... you know, when these albums, when these records first started coming out on 4AD, I'd see the covers and be intrigued right away. Fetish is the name of this. I have their first album, don't I? Toxin. Is this the first one? I think this is one of these is, but both, as you see, great graphics. And they started off with a really primitive sound where you could tell they're just learning how to play their instruments, but they came up with a unique sound. Definitely a unique sound. I have more. I have another. This is a 12-inch single. And then where is Viva? There it is. There it is. I like this band. And I like her voice. Anja has a bewitching kind of voice. Qual really stands out. And then they went... Then this is when they started to go commercial, and I still like it, but this is what broke them up. I don't have this album. I'll bet you that's what broke them up. XTC next to Xmal. But back to the new album. Very moody and not icy, edgy. Moody and edgy. She's much older now, so her voice has really dropped, but it's still very edgy. I like the sound of her voice. And I haven't bothered to look at the lyrics here. I see some of them are in English. I like to hear her sing in her native language, German. Her voice is really cool, and it's color vinyl. I've played this several times already. I really like it. I think it's bold. It starts off really dark and moody, the first track. You know, she kind of talks about, I have lived and I have loved and no regrets, something to that effect. But then the very next track is a banger. Oh man, I like this. Anja Huwe. Anja. Okay. So while I was there, of course I have to look and see what else has my name on it. So I shared with you, I saw Simon Joyner at the record show Sunday. And he was with a small handful of people I ran into when I came there when it opened. But he had paid extra to go early, which I'd forgotten you could do. I might do that next time. And anyway, when I went to Grapefruit to pick up the Anja, excuse me, I ran into another BC member. I think it's the Vinyl Introvert is her name. Omaha lady does videos. Hey, if you see this with her husband, it's good to see them. She bought one of the records that I traded in, my Shelley and Orphan. She picked them up, and I shared with them. It's like if I wasn't so crammed for room, I'd have kept those records. They're good. I just don't, I've got records now that I could trade or sell because I'm not playing them, but I want to keep them. But it was neat to see her pick that out of the used because it had just gone out. And so Simon was putting out the records that he'd found at the record show. And he beat me to one that he got this obviously at the $5 table where Dan Norman had passed away. This is the Rockets. This is Crazy Horse before they became Crazy Horse, in essence. And this is an original, but not a first pressing. It's a second pressing, but it's on white whale. The first pressing didn't have the circles, lines on the, that's how you tell. This is good, and it's psychedelic. There's last song on side one is a very gnarly, stands out fuzz guitar tone and solo. Is it Let Me Go? Yeah. Really stands out. And glad I got this. It's not country, it's rock with some country in it, but it's psychedelic rock, the Rockets. So this is one that I know that Simon got for $20. He was kind to me, you know, and only charged me 20. It doesn't go for much more than that, but I knew that's where he'd gotten that. I got a couple more. This I got. It's the cover is beat, but you know you can't deny Sam Rivers. Sizzle, Sam Rivers, jazz saxophonist, unique, distinct voice on the sax. Kind of underrated, I think, but people who know Sam Rivers know. And this is good. This is good. This wasn't in the used. It was. I'd been I don't know. I just decided to go ahead and grab it. Anthony Moore from Slap Happy. I have several of his albums. He doesn't disappoint. He's eclectic, so you have to. Each album has a different flavor. This is his songs, semi-pop songs. I'm starting to understand why people like this would put in that Caribbean, Jamaican sort of half-assed Caribbean feel on their songs. Like this has songs where it's almost reggae, but it's obvious I'm just be upfront. These people wouldn't know how to play reggae, if it slapped them in the face at the time. It's like, ain't no groove, it's got the form, but it's tepid as fuck. So what saves it is the song and the arrangements. Thankfully, there's only a couple songs on here where it does that. Overall, this is really cool. And the first song is deceptive because it starts off like it's a pop song, and the next thing you know, he's doing this round with the music where it's doing a Steve Reich thing in a pop song, undulating. This is good. Andy Summers is on here. Kevin Ayers is on here. Yeah. Graham Prescott. This was an album that was it was supposed to come out on Virgin Records in 1976, and it never did until much later. I don't know exactly the story. Glad I got it. I got two more. Free design. I like the free design. And for a while there, several years ago, Sunshine Pop was making its rounds as the latest collector's trend. You know how we go through that spiritual jazz for a while. Prog was trendy for a while. Psychedelia was trendy, and then Sunshine Pop was popular. But I've always liked this band. I have 3 of their albums. Free design. And this is a comp. No. They put this record together when they all started to have children. And as they explain here in the notes, in that their music already very, very harmonically sweet. Kites Are Fun is their big song, and I have it. I love that song. And you listen to the words, and it sounds like it's sung from a child's point of view. Very innocent and fantastic. So that's what they say. This album is special for big and little people, and it works. There's an innocence and a charm. This is the type of thing I love. That it's an example of the sort of music that for me is escapism. I love it. The music itself. But it just takes me out of my immediate surroundings. And I bought it because it's a beautiful limited edition. Look at that. That is so pretty. I love that. That's pretty. So and Kites Are Fun is on here. Another song, Bubbles. Some of you might know by them. This is lovely. And the last thing I bought, Sun Ra has 1 million albums. I don't endeavor to collect them. I don't have any of his rare Saturn records that he just, he personally would illustrate the covers. There's a bunch. And I know some folks that have them. I would like to have one, but I don't. But I didn't have this. And I remember this, I love this. Space is the Place, Sun Ra. And the title track is a one long side mantra where they just go over and over. But it works. It's the sort of thing, like, it made me think about Acid Mother's Temple. They try to do the same thing where they'll start with a riff or a motif and just repeat it ad infinitum while things build around it, up and down, in and out. The same is with this. There's the chant. Space is the Place. Is it June Tyson leading the chant? Lovely voice. Lovely voice. And I can barely read it. It's so dark here. This is a reissue on Jackpot Records. So I like the blue thumb label, but look at that. Again, I enjoy color vinyl. Is this a good plate? Does it play well? Is it noisy? No, it plays well. Same with the free design. So as I'm sitting here and talking to y'all, I'm still thinking about my Pentateuch by Dave Greenslade. What did it does happen that I'll put things away and misfile them. And I'm just trying to think, where is that? I should be able to just see it. I did have to break down and start putting records back in the closet because I'm so out of room, just out of room, so it might be in the closet. Someone recently got a hold of me through Discogs asking me about an obscure CD I have, if I could burn it for them. And I'm just going to avoid stuff like that because I have the CD somewhere, but I'm not going to tear the house down looking for this to burn for someone I have no idea who you are. No offense, but sorry, no. That's asking too much as far as I'm concerned, Told the person, I don't know where it is. And then they came back and said, well, if you could. Answer's no. I could, but I'm not. Okay. People asking you to bend over backwards for them. You don't even know who the fuck they are. So I'm just, this is really heavy too. I'm really proud of this. I have 6 of these. It's not even a concern. And that's why they mean so much. I do not do this with those in mind, like some people do. That's not my vibe. I'm doing it to do it because it's what I love. Music, it's my deal. I love the recognition. But if I start doing it because that's what I want, kind of like people in the commercial game, people like Taylor Swift and Beyonce and big names, I don't want that. That's hollow. Sitting here in my humble home with pleasant thoughts about my life, myself, what I do, my relationship with others in my life, that's the reward. That's the success. And it's here, I don't have to get on a stage. I don't have to make a whole lot of money for it to happen. It's just in the sharing of my life and what is important to me with others that these things have come about. So it's very, very gratifying, you know, very gratifying. That's what's up with me today. How are you folks doing? Family, hope you're good out on the West Coast. Oh, that does make me. I wanted to say this because I was laying in bed, trying to get back to sleep. I recently had a conversation with my friend Frank where he brought up how he has this, not so much a premonition, but a feeling. He has a feeling that something big and negative is going to happen this year. I have it too. He brought it up. Interestingly, though, when he brought it up, he thinks it's going to be something to do with current events like politics. He thinks it'll be something in politics, something big and crazy. I said, interesting. My feeling is that something disastrous, I mean, really large, a large disaster could happen, because of nature, something natural. That's the gut feeling I have. Of course, we're always hoping that nothing does happen big, but there's all these potential things like the caldera here in America, and then all the volcanoes going off elsewhere, and then also the way that the climate change on the weather, every change of the season, we have these really bad storms, etc. I just have a sense that, be aware. Nothing I can do about it, but it's like, don't be surprised if something big and catastrophic happens later this year. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Not the most pleasant thing to end on, but it's like, it's in my mind to share. So we'll see. Okay, one more record. Maybe two. Okay, I will. I'll keep going. This artist sent these records to me. I don't know if they're around anymore. Black Swan. This person who is Black Swan sent me their music. I'd never heard of them before. This is decaying, droning, long form pieces of drone and textural sound. And this one is called The Quiet Divide. I listened to both sides and got into it and just let it roll out. This is on red vinyl. Thought I'd show that to you. When people send me records, sometimes it takes a long time for me to either really absorb the music or for it to make its impact. And this I've had for several years now. 2011. They probably sent this to me in 2011. It's 2024. 13 years later? I have a really good experience listening to this. Black Swan. That's another of the perks of having the record collection. And I listened to the B-side of Silverhead yesterday. This guy Michael DeBar sounds just like Steve Marriott of Humble Pie. And I've always liked Humble Pie. And Humble Pie, Steve Marriott's gritty soul voice is genuine. It's authentic. To my ears. If you were to ask me, well, who do you think is fake? I can't say. It's just more like you can hear when people are doing their music to do their music as opposed to trying to emulate. Okay, I'll leave that other band alone. This is something I think was sent to me because I don't belong to Vinyl Me Please. But I played this one side of this, a double album, Nils Frahm, Spaces, live recording. This is gorgeous and graceful. And I love the graphics, the way they package everything, super deluxe, really good pressings, beautiful music, Nils Frahm. Anything else down here? Yeah, I actually got through almost a side of this, Yesshows. Yeah, I think about things quite a bit. I'm a nerd. So when the whole issue of the word pretense regarding music came up. I've been thinking about that a lot. It's like, why should that matter to anyone else what I'm listening to? It doesn't. So this is fantastic. I love Yes. So if there's another person who thinks it's pretentious, so what? I'm glad that someone made the comment that yes, we live in a world where unfortunately many people will do things because of what someone else said. And I'm not above that or outside of that. Everything that we encounter has an influence, subconscious or consciously. So I'm the same, but I just it got to the point years ago where it's like I'm not concerned about being cool. I like music, and I want to hear the best. So it doesn't matter if so and so doesn't like it, or if these guys say this is what you're supposed to listen to. When people say this is the best rock album of all time, that's what you think. I like what I think better. So listening to Yes yesterday was magnificent. Damn, this is some good ass music. Okay, people, talk to me.